On a storm-battered cliff stood the ancient Cape Verdant Lighthouse, defying time and the elements. For over a century, the lighthouse had served as a guiding light for sailors, its importance etched into maritime history. But its keeper, Arthur Gray, was a man shrouded in mystery. No one in the nearby village knew much about him. Arthur was a solitary figure, living alone and meticulously tending to the light that had saved countless lives. It had been over a decade since anyone had seen him in person, yet the light continued to shine every night without fail. Rumors swirled among the villagers. Some said the lighthouse was haunted, while others believed Arthur was cursed. On certain nights, a shadowy figure was seen pacing the lantern room, though no sounds could be heard except for the howling wind. One stormy evening, a young journalist named Clara decided to investigate the mysterious lighthouse. Fascinated by ghost stories since childhood, Clara saw this as an opportunity to uncover the truth. Armed with her notebook and a lantern, she made her way toward the cliffs as waves crashed violently below. As she drew closer, the silhouette of the lighthouse emerged through the mist, its imposing height almost making her hesitate. There was an eerie stillness around the lighthouse, as if the howling wind dared not disturb its domain. Clara reached the door, took a deep breath, and knocked. The heavy wooden door creaked open on its own, as if inviting her inside. The interior of the lighthouse was unexpectedly neat, with everything in its place, though it carried an air of antiquity. On a polished mahogany desk sat a weathered journal, its pages yellowed with age. Clara picked it up and began flipping through, noticing dates from the late 19th century written in elegant handwriting. Each entry was signed Arthur Gray, and despite spanning decades, the handwriting never changed. The journal detailed the lighthouse keeper's meticulous care for the beacon and the lives it saved. One entry read ominously, "The storm calls tonight. The light must guide the lost." Determined to find answers, Clara ascended the spiral staircase that led to the lantern room. As her footsteps echoed against the stone walls, she felt a growing sense of unease. When she reached the top, she froze. Standing in the lantern room was a tall man with gray hair, piercing blue eyes, and dressed in 19th century attire. "You must leave," he said in a calm but commanding tone. Clara tried to respond, "Who are you? Why are you here?" But the words caught in her throat. Before she could say more, an ethereal light filled the room, enveloping everything in its glow. Clara rushed to the window and saw ghostly ships materializing through the storm. The spectral vessels sailed toward the lighthouse, their faint outlines barely visible in the chaos. Arthur moved with purpose, adjusting the light and muttering words in an ancient language Clara couldn't understand. "Who are they?" Clara whispered, her voice trembling. Arthur replied, "They are the souls of lost sailors. This lighthouse guides them to rest." Clara watched in awe as the ghostly ships followed the beacon's light and disappeared into the mist. As dawn approached, the storm began to subside, and the ghost ships vanished beyond the horizon. Arthur turned to Clara, his expression both serene and sorrowful. "You must tell the world about this place," he said. "But the light can never be abandoned." Before Clara could respond, Arthur dissolved into the light, leaving her alone in the lantern room. On the desk below, the journal now bore a final entry. "The light will always shine." When Clara returned to the village, her story was met with a mix of disbelief and wonder. She published her findings, and Cape Verdant Lighthouse quickly became a symbol of mystery and awe. Tourists began flocking to the site, though no one ever saw Arthur again. Still, the light continued to shine through every storm. On some nights, visitors claimed to hear whispers in the wind or see a figure pacing the lantern room. Clara knew the truth, but chose to keep Arthur's eternal duty a secret, out of respect for his sacrifice. Over the years, Cape Verdant Lighthouse became more than a tourist attraction. It became a testament to devotion and sacrifice. Arthur's unwavering commitment to guiding lost souls inspired countless tales, passed down through generations. Every year, the villagers held a ceremony at the lighthouse, lighting candles to honor Arthur and the beacon's light. Clara often attended these ceremonies, sitting quietly by herself, reflecting on the night that changed her life. "This is not just a lighthouse," she thought to herself. "It's a symbol of eternal sacrifice." The light of Cape Verdant continued to shine, offering hope not just to sailors, but to anyone who sought solace in its glow. The lighthouse stood as a sanctuary, a place where the living and the lost could find peace, a monument to an immortal keeper's devotion.